Thank you for inviting me to give this talk on raising happy and confident children in the Dhamma Inspired Way. Again, happy Chinese New Year to those who are celebrating. The Lunar New Year is a new beginning and an opportunity for us to reflect and take the right action so that we will have good outcome. Okay, for this talk, this interesting talk, I'll draw my experience in working with families and children. I've been facilitating children workshop for more than 30 years. For the past 5 years, I've been collaborating with Ayah Sumangala Bikuni to facilitate children and teen mindfulness workshops, facilitators and teachers training, family bonding, mindfulness and metta camp, and the Lotus Bloom Children Camp. Okay, the Lotus Bloom Children Camp has been running for more than 20 over years for various Buddhist society. In fact, some of them who have attended the camp have now become parents themselves. I'm also a father of 2 teenagers, Sheldon and Emerson. Sheldon is 15 years old and Emerson is 13 years old this year. Some of you probably might have heard of them, the duo Sheldon and Emerson, the brothers, right? In this talk, I will share some experience, explore parenting paradigm and principles on raising children who are happy and confident with Dhamma as the foundation. I think most of us will agree, raising kids or children is one of the toughest and the most fulfilling jobs in the world, okay? And sometimes a lot of our parents feel that they are least prepared. Okay, when we go to job, we still have training, we still have coaching, we still have guidance, we still have mentoring. But sometimes as a parent, we are thrown into that role, okay? And what we do, we do our best, right? Despite technological advances, it's even more challenging at this point of time, at this digital age, where we are swamped with so many distractions and temptation. I still remember many years ago, when I do camps for children, sitting for 1 hour is not an issue. Now I notice for the past few years back, just to sit for 20 minutes, even sometimes 10 minutes, it's going to be, it's challenging. In fact, they cannot sit still. They are very fidgety. Their hands needs to touch the screen. They need to move. So a lot of distraction, right? I think this not only happens to children, but happen to people like us also. Okay, and a lot of us are so what do you say, addicted to screen time, right? As Buddhist parents, we have a very special and important responsibility to ensure that our offspring not only receive a good worldly education, but also to be educated to be a good-hearted human being. Okay, I think most of us, we pay a lot of attention to make sure that our children have a good worldly education. And do we pay enough attention for them to become a good-hearted human being? Because our children spend so much time with our parents, we as parents can potentially have an enormous influence on them, right? Okay, let me just share my screen. Okay, right. It is said all things start from the mind, and learning to be aware of the working of the minds. We have the power to transform our experience of life and our family. In the words of the Buddha, we are what we think. All that we are arises from our thoughts, and with our thoughts we make the world. Okay, so what has this saying got to do with parenting? Okay, in other words, mind is a forerunner of all things. We create our own family mission statement as a foundation for a strong family. In Buddhism, the mind is very important, as all things begin with the mind. So what does it mean in parenting? We envision and we create a family mission statement as one of the foundation of strong family. Some people say this is a bit too corporate, isn't it? But if you really look and see, if a company without a foundational value of vision statement, mission statement, they cannot go very far, isn't it? The same with family. We need to really sit down and think of these three questions. First, why do this family exist? You have to answer this question, right? Secondly, what does this family stand for? What virtues which we would like to put into this family, we would like to practice in this family? And thirdly, very important, where are we going together as a family? Where are we heading? Right? These three questions, if we can answer these three questions, it takes a bit of time to really sit down and think of these three questions together as a family. Okay, not just the head of the family, the father, or just the mother plan. If you can involve your children, if they are old enough to do this planning, okay, of a family mission statement. Okay, personally, I have a family mission statement, and we have been using it, and we find it very useful for us. Okay, for many years we have done it once, twice, three times. We have changed a bit here and there, but the core is still the same. Okay, what is a family mission statement? Right, is about agreeing on our core principle. In Buddhism, we call it virtues. Okay, what are the virtues? And create a shared vision for the mission of our family. Right, it provides a tool to help us navigate our family towards the intended direction. Virtues, so important, especially in this modern time, are our guidelines for our action. Whatever we do, we go back to virtues. Okay, is it skillful? Is it not skillful? Is it beneficial for others? Is it beneficial for our family? So we have to look at the virtues that we like to adopt in our family. He said, without these virtues, without this mission and vision, our children will be swept along the flow of society's values and trend. They will follow society's values, society's trend. They are living out of the script that has been given to them. Society said this way, people said this way, so they follow. Okay, they follow. They are not, the family is not living at all, it's being lived. That is the danger when we start following. Okay, having a shared mission and vision, a shared sense of virtues and a purpose bonds the family and children together. So my thinking is, first, if you want a good family unity, bonding, sit down together with the family and come out with a mission statement. What do this family stand for? Where do we want to go together as a family? I think that is one of the core things that we need to do. Right? And for example, if we are a family in a small boat, there are about 6 of them. Okay, father, mother, 2 children, grandfather, grandmother, in a small boat, right? And the children are teenagers, quite big, and everybody has an oar. Okay, we go, all of us will go into the boat, and all of us decided we want to go whatever way we want. One of the father might say, let's go north. The son said, let's go south. Okay, the other son said, let's go east. So everybody will start rolling. row, a lot of activity, but the boat will go in circles, round and round and round. There is no unity, there is no result. So if you are supposed to have a vision and mission statement, okay, our direction is north. Okay, so everybody, let's move to north. Then there we go together as a family to the north, right? So it becomes an aspiration of our family. When we get this as a basis, it becomes our aspiration of our family. We become conscious parent. Okay, we become conscious of what we would like our family to look like. Okay, a picture of a more loving, healthy relationship with your child as well as yourself. Okay, let me give you a sample of a mission statement. It is just a very a broad framework. It's not must do this, must do. No, it's a broad framework where there is a lot of virtues. Okay, let me just share with you my family mission statement. We have been using this mission statement for a while already, and I find it very useful. Every time there's decision making, we will go back to our family's mission statement, right? Things like laughter, love. Okay, these are some of the virtues we want to have in our family. So we are very aware. Okay, a lot of this our home is our sanctuary, and we need to have a filled with laughter and love. Of course, my children also love music, so we include music, right? Our sanctuary is a place of to nature, to heal, health. We would like to inspire and renew us. Okay, so we want peace in this family, especially when we come back home. Okay, we need to, if we need to disagree with each other, we disagree professionally. Okay, right. The next one is we connect with nature and inspire for inspiration and well-being. In fact, there are just so many events during, especially when my children are very young. We always take them out to nature. Okay, we always take them out to nature because nature has magic. Okay, nature has magic. Every time we have magic. And one thing is, after dealing with so many children, I noticed a lot of the children are addicted to screen time, addicted to video games, addicted to a lot of games in their life. So I also want to make an aspiration. How can I avoid my children to be addicted? So we thought of a plan. Every weekend or when they are free, we bring them out to nature without our gadget. So we play with them, we do a lot of things together. So they don't think of the gadget. See? Okay. The next thing, and they become very creative by doing that. Okay. The other thing is we are very aware. We will support each other to develop each other's potential. Okay. That means we see what they are good at. Okay. And we support. It doesn't mean as a parent, this is what we want. No. We see what do they really good at. Okay. We try to support and expand their potential. Right, and we encourage confidence. So a lot of we have a lot of camps. So when we run camps, we will get the children to get involved and to take some part of the camp. Maybe to conduct the game, to give a 1 hour session, right? So and use a lot of creativity because we do not provide too many gadgets. So they use their creativity to solve a lot of problems. Okay, and we always like them to be a good-hearted human being, a lot of compassion. Okay, so this is a very important at this point of time. We must teach our children compassion. Not so much teaching, telling you must do what now. We ourselves as role model. As role model, that means every time we go and do probably do beach cleanup, go to turtle sanctuary to help the turtles. So we take them along. We show them the way rather than to lecture them. We show them. So become a role model. Okay. So sometimes I notice children don't listen that well. You tell them, then they forget. But if they see what you are doing, they will tend to follow. And also the whites, the energy that sometimes we emit out, they will absorb it very, very quickly, and they know it. We don't have to talk. Okay, and also to leave a legacy of love and inspiration. Okay, this is a sample. It's a big framework, but a lot of virtues in it. So every time we have decision making, anything, it will still fall down to our mission statement. This is the Mark 2.0 already. We have already when they are very young that time. Okay, we did somewhere similar, but as they grow older, we have already changed a bit of our mission statement. Okay, to when they are older, so certain things when they start articulating what they want, we put in their mission statement and we talk to them. And this is the mission statement that the whole family agreed upon. This is the direction that we are moving ahead, right? Every child has potential and talent, right? We need to tap on their potential. This is very important. We need to tap on their potential. Identify their skills in our children and help them to master them, right? Motivate them to cultivate a variety of interests, talks, and involve them in activities and let them know that we have their support. Okay, this is so crucial. When my children was young, we bring them up to talk to people, involve. We go try a lot of things, and from there we observe what are their interests, what are they interested in. Okay, when they are interested in, we take them, not take them there and let them talk to the people. Let them talk to the people. What are their challenges? What do they do? So they get very involved. And our role is not to become a helicopter parent. Everything do for them. Our role as parents basically is what? To create the opportunity and support them. Let them run it. Let them run it. We come in when they ask for help, but don't do everything for them. Let them experience it themselves. Sometimes let them go through certain difficulties. Then they learn from there. The important point is after the difficulties, maybe you talk to them. You praise their effort. You do a lot of things to try to overcome this one. I'm very appreciative of this. Okay, praise the effort. Okay, the next one is this is what we call it unfolding potential. Right? Every child, like you say, I have said, every child has potential and talent. Okay, never have that thinking. My child don't have any potential. They have potential, right? They have talent. We need to help them discover and let them explore what interests them before gadget takes over. Okay, sometimes when they are so into gadget, in their mind is only playing games. Okay, so if you try to get them early, okay, try to get them see what are their interests early and build from there, right? Okay, if of course if they are addicted to gadget, it's another talk by itself. Wow, how can we do something about it? Okay, but if your children is very young, okay, if we now of course I know it's MCO, but you have opportunity, take them out, and parents must be involved. You cannot just leave your children there and you walk away and after that pick them up. Get involved. Okay, know what they are doing. So that's how you support them, right? And very important, have unstructured time. So sometimes we pack them with so many things. This tuition, that tuition, everything. We focus so much on just getting good grades, but we ignore the other part, their character building, becoming a good human being. Okay, that part is very important. That part you need unstructured time. That means sometimes they are bored. When they are bored, they become creative. Okay, sometimes we use electronic screen to babysit them. I think that is a bit. We have to really relook at our paradigm again, right? Sometimes it's convenient, but look at the long run. Okay, it's convenient, but look at the long run. Okay, so let them have unstructured. Let them play. Sometimes do not provide them with too much gadgets, toys also. Okay, if you can if you have a park garden, let them play in the park, in the garden. They can create their own games, Okay, that's where they exercise their creativity, they exercise their problem solving skills. When you start giving them a lot of gadget, they'll just play with their gadget, all right? They just swipe, and just look. Okay, but the mind is not so much engaged in the thinking, right? So I would like to encourage, to support their passion. Okay, passion. We need to spend time, listen to them. Okay, watch them, discover and explore their interest in them. Okay, sometimes we look at what makes them happy, right? Sometimes they don't, when they are very young, they don't articulate. So we see what makes them happy, right? But we are always open to the fact that it might not sometimes reflect our passion. Okay, we need to be aware of that. Okay, sometimes we, as parents, we transmit our image into them and want them to be like us. Every children is unique. Okay, they have their own passion. Okay, one of our duty is to unleash their potential, unleash their passion, right? So they are unique human beings. Don't be a copy like us. Okay, let them become their individual person, expand their own potential, right? The other thing I would like to share is praise the children for their effort, not their achievement. We are in a society where sometimes we give so much praise for achievement. Achieve this, I give you this. Achieve this, I give you this. See, let's try to expand our mind a bit further. Why don't she, whether achieve or doesn't achieve, doesn't really matter. Okay, that's another matter. If they put in their effort, they put in their hard work, we praise them for their hard work. I think that is more encompassing, and I think it's very crucial. Many parents are so focused on the result that they forgot to praise a child for their effort. We have been conditioned. We must get achieve. Now let's stand back a bit and let's reflect that. If they put in effort, we praise the effort. Oh, very good. You put in a lot of hours. Okay, you put in a lot of effort to get this done. Whether achieve, not achieve, it's okay. Praise the effort. A child can only do their best if we acknowledge, okay, and praising child for their hard work, inspire them to take risks, learn from mistake, and move on from setback. Okay, when you praise their effort. One more thing which I like to emphasize here, exam results do not determine their worth. Sometimes we are so focused on exam result, how many A's, everything. So the child thinks their whole life is only passing exam. If I don't achieve what my parents targeted me to achieve, I am nobody. We are sending a wrong message to the children. Okay, so let's look a bit broader. Okay, no matter what grade, whether A, whether plus or minus, whether it's A, B, C, or D, or even an F, it does not connect to the core of who they are in any way, shape, or any form. We still love them. We love them even they get a F, we get a D, doesn't matter. We love them as our child. Okay? Parents need to understand they are not their exam result. When child feels seen, if they feel seen, that means they know somebody is seeing them, they know they are worthy, and they know they are matter. Okay, as a person, not because of their accomplishment, they will enjoy a sense of empowerment. Don't take that away from your children. Okay, right? They need to be seen. They need to feel that they are worthy as a human being, and they need to feel that they matter as a person. These three things. Don't strip these three things away from them. Okay? And if you strip these three things for whole life, they will think of only achievement and nothing else. Okay? And remember, child, as human being, this is a term we call it, multiple intelligences, right? It suggests that the traditional notion, we pay so much attention on intelligence, okay? Intelligence, the standardized testing is a bit limited, I personally feel, right? Instead, this multiple intelligence was coined out by Dr. Howard Gardner, okay? Proposed there are other intelligence, there are other 8 intelligence account for a broader range of human potential in children. Unfortunately, even currently, linguistic and logical mathematical modalities are the most valued in school and society. But let's look a bit further. Okay, there are other intelligences. I know some of the children, they are very creative. Okay, this is one of the intelligences that they have. Some of them, they're very good at sport. Some of them are very spiritual. These are some of the intelligences they have. Build on that. Okay, don't just only focus on the IQ, maths, logic, like that. There are a lot of other intelligences. Okay, so as parents and teachers, we learn how to help our children maximize their learning potential by recognizing, okay, each children is unique, has unique strength. Okay, because different children will excel in different areas. Okay, so if you look at this poster, actually everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, okay, his whole life believe he or she will be stupid. Okay, if you ask a fish to climb a tree, right? No kid is unsmart. Every kid is a genius at something. Our job as parents, okay, as caregivers, is to find out and encourage them. Okay. The other thing which I like to share before I go to this slide is having a children is not replicating ourselves. It is raising a great human being, no matter who they become. It's not replicating ourselves now. Like Mitra here, I want my children to be Mitra. No, it is about raising my children to be a great human, no matter who they become. That is something that we must put in our mind. Okay. The other thing I would like to encourage is to encourage your children to question. Okay. This is what I noticed. When I run camps, I notice a lot of children. They are becoming what do you call it? First of all, I think probably lack of confidence. And every time when you do a project, ask them to do a project, all of them would not have any ideas. They would not want to articulate any answers or do not have any ideas. They are waiting for answers. Tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. We are not doing them a favor. Because we are not encouraging them to think, to solve problems. They always tell me what to do. You tell me lah. You tell me. This is very common, I notice. They won't give any suggestion. This one, maybe this one, should we try this one? Most of them will ask, they'll sit down there and tell me what to do. Tell me what to do. So I think this is quite serious now. We are not encouraging our children to think. Okay, we are encouraging them to be followers. And thinking is so important. Okay, it's probably one of the greatest gift we can offer to our children, to encourage them to have the gift of curiosity, support their eagerness to understand all about the world, and to nurture their hunger to learn new things. Okay, these are very important. We do not cut them off. Sometimes when they ask questions, we don't say don't ask so many questions. In fact, we should encourage them to ask questions. If we do not know, we do not lie. We tell, okay, let's find out together. Let's go to YouTube and see got anything or not. Okay, or why don't you search the YouTube, then come up, we can discuss. This is a better approach. Do not cut them off when they ask a lot of things. Okay. The other thing is also very important over here. I need to put it up. When children, a child approach you, your child approach you, be at the present. Not at the past, not at the future. Be at present. That means empathic. You be there, you listen with the intention to listen, not the intention to what? To judge, to criticize. So sometimes I notice a lot of conversation with children is they talk about the past. Last time this is what you did. Last time what you did is what they talk about the future. Start action plan. Oh, you should do this, you should do that. Sometimes what the children need is your presence, your connection. That means you must be mindful. When the children talk to you, listen with the intent to understand. The action plan all can come in later. Okay, the blame game don't even come in. Last time is last time. Okay, don't think so much about the future. Okay, start actioning plan. Be at present. When they ask you some question, be mindful, be present. At the now. That's where connection is built. We have been conditioned to think of action plan. Every time, action plan, what we should do for these children, what should we do? What do we solve the problem, everything? No. And the children is speaking to you. Be at the now. Be mindful, be present. Listen to their words. Listen to their emotions. Listen to the feeling behind their words. And sometimes they do not need advice unless they ask for it. They need you to listen to them. Okay, this is very important. Okay, the other thing is by encouraging children to ask questions and see their experience, you are helping them to see a sense of control, okay, over their life. That's where they build up their confidence, right? It's just the spirit of questioning. You remember the story of the Kalamas? There are a lot of teachers giving a lot of teaching. So the Kalama went to the Buddha and asked, who should we believe? So the Buddha came out with a lot of things and said, but in short, it's the spirit of inquiry, thinking. Okay, thinking. Move towards the truth, right? If we discourage questioning, we are stopping their intelligence. Question is one of the ways to wisdom. Okay, so encourage your children to question. Okay, encourage them to question, not with that kind of suspicion. Encourage them to question with a generally wanting to know in a healthy way. Okay, constantly, if the children assess their intelligence, questioning everything but with respect, with reverence. Okay, it will lead to the next step that they can solve problems. Okay, right? That means their capacity of problem solving. Okay, so we encourage them to question. The other thing which I would like to share, if you want to build happy and confident children, is encourage truth and honesty. Okay. Sometimes I notice this is what happened. Children do not tell the truth. You know why? When they tell the truth, as adults, what do we do? If we reflect on what is happening, the children get into trouble. They are being punished. They are being judged. They are being criticized. If they tell the truth, praise them for telling the truth. Do not punish, judge, or criticize them. They tell the truth. Let us try, okay, what can we do? After something has done wrong already, or something is not according to your expectation. Okay? It is not a time where we start judging them, criticizing them, okay, punishing them. So that's why we encourage what kind of behavior? Not telling the truth. Okay? So it's important to understand more about how children view lying. It's also to understand our attitude and reaction towards the children, right? So when they tell you the truth, treasure it. For example, research has found that children believe that their parents will react negatively if they confess to lying. They are far less likely to confess than children who believe that their parents have more positive reaction. Okay, when you have a positive reaction, when they tell the truth, they are willing to tell the truth. When you have a negative reaction, they will hide. And sometimes they'll hide, it becomes a habit already. Everything they'll tell not the truth already, or half truth or whatever already. Okay, so for example, a children have done something wrong and they come to tell, confess, I have this is what I do. I went to this website, whatever. This is what you can say. I'm disappointed with your action, but I'm really appreciative for you being honest with me. If you have that kind of attitude, they tend to come back to you often and often and often. Okay? Speaking in a way which is kind, right? Free from lies and angry words. Okay? Focus on improvement, not on the mistake. Okay? Remember that. Focus on the improvement, but not on the mistake. Right? So there are actually being mindful when the children come to us. Being mindful could be either we react or we respond. Okay? React means what? Or the children tell you something that they have done wrong. React straight away, automatically. We get angry, we shout. We tell them, why you do like that? Why your friend you compare with others? Other people don't do like, why you do like that? That we are reacting. If we respond, this is what we do. Reacting is mindless. Responding is mindful. They come to you. They come to you. This is something I have done, everything. You pause for a few seconds and proactively think, how do you approach this one? Rather than being controlled by our attachment and tell, how come my children do like that? No, we respond. Thank you for bringing this up. Okay, I'm disappointed that you do it, but okay, thank you for being honest, right? Probably it's already been done. What can we do in order to make sure that this doesn't happen again? Something like that, not. Then you are being mindful. You are responding to your child. You are not reacting to your child. This is I think, one of the tips that I like to share, because I notice. I know it's very hard. If you can do it, 80% also good. Because sometimes, at times I know as parents also, anger, boom, sometimes boom, come out like that, isn't it? Okay? But sometimes the more we practice mindfulness, then the less we react. Okay? And sometimes they come to you, it's not to solve problem. They want you to be a good listener. Okay? So this is what I'll do is to encourage truth rather than to react. And sometimes I notice we are a bit harsh. We always criticize our children. Okay? We always criticize our children. Okay? Because our expectation is always like that. Not good enough. Every time, not good enough, not good enough. Other people are better. We always live in either in the past or in the future. Always not good enough in our mind because we have been conditioned. Even sometimes in the corporate world, everything is not good enough, not good enough. So we bring our corporate mind to our children. Everything also not good enough. So we criticize them. Even they have gone up. They have last times like that. They have improved 10%, 15%. We still keep on saying not good enough. Okay, and this statement said, when you keep criticizing your kids, they don't stop loving you. They stop loving themselves. I hope let that sink in. Okay, and they start thinking they are nobody because everything is not good enough. Okay, and in their life they start thinking, oh, I'm not good enough for everything. Okay, so be very careful when we criticize. And another thing is anger. Try when you deal with children, try not to use harsh words. Anger. Role modeling. Next time, how they treat their children will also be anger. Okay. Sometimes, do you notice how do you treat your children? Where do you get your parenting skills? Sometimes, unconsciously, we got it from our parents. Either we got it from our parents, then after that we reflect, oh, I never thought I can do like that. So getting so angry, so my high BP rise up so much. Sometimes I think, oh yeah, this is some of the way how I handle my children. It could be I'm following unconsciously my parents. Or some people, they refuse to follow their parents, okay? Ways of parenting, they flip. They do another flip way of parenting. Okay, things that we must be mindful, must be aware. Okay, and the other thing is, I think is so crucial to become, to walk our talk. Children learn from what we do rather than what we say. This I think is so crucial. They will follow. Okay, so before you tell something or show it to them through your behavior, be consistent with our words and action. Be consistent with our words and action. You said something, you do something, the children be able to catch up very fast, and they know this is my parents are not consistent. Okay, if you do not match, okay, your words and your action, it will confuse your child. It will confuse your child. Right? For instance, if you do not want your child to shout, so you tell them, don't shout at the top of your voice. What your child think? They ask you, Dad, why are you shouting? Okay? So we are not consistent. So be very again aware of our action. Okay. For example, I will always say, if the parents they have positive attitude, they walk the path, that means they practice the precepts, they have good connection with the children, automatically the children will follow them. Okay, and if you are parents with a good heart and a good attitude towards life, okay, you will have a strong impact on your children. Okay, be a role model to include your children in the family discussion. Sometimes we underestimate our children. We thought they are young, they cannot understand. Don't make that mistake. Certain discussion, okay, at certain age, get them in already. Discuss, talk to them like a adult. Don't use a baby talk anymore already. Talk to them like adult. Treat them with respect like adult also, right? Okay, include them in the family discussion. Okay, family discussion is also, I think, it's not so common among us people. Try to have family discussion. Okay, I'm not talking about the quarreling session. I'm talking about really family discussion. Okay, family discussion. Really discuss. Look at how we to really look into our family. Okay, and the other thing is to have a healthy lifestyle, right? Most children I notice are nature deficit. They don't go out the house anymore. They are locked in the house. Sometimes worse still, they're locked in their bedroom. Okay, right? And they thought everything is virtual. Okay, exercise virtually lah. Everything connection with people just virtually lah. Okay, if have the opportunity, bring them out. You need nature. Bring out nature has healing power. Go out to nature and be very alert when, as a parents, you go out with nature. Go with them. Don't sit in the shade and let them just run and go with them, play with them. Okay, if cannot play, we don't have the stamina for them because children have a lot of energy. At least play some time with them before you go back to your rest in the shade. And after that, when you rest, go back to play with them again. Okay, okay. You have to take responsibility of our action, because sometimes parenting cannot be outsourced. Skill set can be outsourced, but parenting is very hard to outsource. You still need to be a parent. You still not need to walk the talk. Okay. If you really look in Buddhism, Buddhism and nature is inseparable. Nature is never absent from the four events of the Buddha's life. Birth, birth of Prince Siddhartha. His enlightenment, okay, attainment of the nirvana, okay, so-called enlightenment. Then his first sermon and his passing away. Everything is at nature, if you notice. So this is something, the message to send to us. Go out nature more often. It's important to bring your children to nature, okay? Bring out the best in nature. Most of them are nature deficit. Okay, so the other thing I would like to share is, let me share with you role modeling. There was, I have read about this story, see? Okay, there was once a young couple who lived with the husband's father, right? This old man was, what do you say? To them, it's troublesome, always bad-tempered and never stop complaining. Every day, show long face. Every day, everything also not happy. Every day, complain. Finally, the husband and wife, the couple, decided to get so bothersome. They have so much stress already, and also, this fella, he's always complaining, making the environment so bad, everything. Okay, so the couple decided to get rid of him. This man put his father in a large basket, a long time ago, okay, which is slung over his shoulder, right? And he was preparing to leave the house with the man's son. Okay, he put the father over the in the back, in the shoulder, and the man's son, 10 years old, asked, "Father, where are you taking grandfather?" The man explained to the son that he was going to leave him out in the mountain to fend for himself. Okay, leave him for a while, let him fend for himself. Then the child was silent for a while. He didn't say anything, but the mind was reflecting. He watched his father walking away, and he said, "Father, don't forget to bring back the basket." So then the father was surprised. He stopped and asked the boy, "Why do you say that? Why do you say that?" The boy replied, "Well, I need the basket to carry you away when you're old yourself." Okay? So this is role modeling. So be very aware. Okay? The other thing is also I would like to share is the environment. I noticed the environment is so important. Okay? The environment that we created for our children, for our family is so important. We try to create a loving and peaceful environment because the child absorbs everything, equally good or bad. Hence, we need to create an environment that is positive, encouraging, and safe for them to explore and learn. Any negative elements in the environment, okay, it could be the location, it could be the behavior of the people, okay, it could be a very toxic environment, okay, can affect them. They cannot be at their best because they can lead them to a lot of inhibitions. So as parents, we need to create this kind of environment where they can excel, they can unfold their potential, right? So sometimes you look, some of your child's behavior, is it because of the environment that they are in? So sometimes you have to think, what can I do about the environment? Sometimes it's a choice. Okay, sometimes you need to make hard decisions in life. Okay, so the last thing I would like to share with you is very important. Okay, educate the heart and the mind. Actually, there are two kinds of learning, if I put it very broadly. We learn external things, how to study, how to train in school, university, how to become a doctor, lawyer, teacher, a cook, HR manager, a manager of a company, and so forth. Okay, these are all external learning. We learn how to do well. We learn for our livelihood. Another important area, which I think is much more important, is internal learning. Okay, learning that involves the mind and the heart. Okay, I still remember after doing many years of student training. So when my children was born, I focused more on internal learning than external learning. For the first 7 years of their life, okay, I I focus so much on internal learning. Of course, external learning, I will go to seek for teachers who are inspiring, not the best. I do not look for the best. I look for teachers who are inspiring, who can connect with my child, especially for certain music class or whatever. Okay, can connect, who are inspiring, and for the first 7 years, I spent so much time to build up their internal learning, their heart, their mind. Okay, when they are older, then I start putting in a lot of external learning also. Okay, and I notice they go very fast and very far because of the internal learning. Okay, internal learning involves the mind and the heart. By educating the mind and the heart, we will make our action more positive and virtuous. And this is because of happiness. You must understand, the cause of happiness is our mind and our heart. Okay, we might have external learning, we might have a good job, but we are still so miserable because the heart and the mind is not cultivated. All right, a healthy mind makes our action happy. Result will bring in happiness. Ultimately, everything, it goes down to our mind and our heart. Okay, right? So when they have certain issues in their life in future, there's certain challenges, it still goes back to the heart and the mind, right? We should encourage our children to practice kindness, right? This is very important. I would like to share when my children were very young, still now, we do a lot of projects together, okay? Fundraising for temple, music band, doing classes. Get them involved. My holidays is getting them involved in all this one. Okay, when we go holiday, we think how to, just other than holiday, can we do something useful for the people over there, so that they have a heart every time they do. Okay, right? It's to benefit others. That means you have that thinking. They practice kindness. Okay, we want to create where they have a kindness in their heart. That means you go elsewhere. We create opportunity for them to do good. So from very young onwards, they have been doing good. They have been doing projects together. Even like Dhamma school, we study together. Okay, and when they come back, we will see how can we implement it. How can we implement it in our life? Okay, I don't take it as just theory learning. We think and see how can we implement it, and it's already ingrained in them, right? Okay, they become good human beings, not just to other human beings, to animals and insects. Okay, animal, insect, they are good human beings. They do not kill. See, so those kind of things, they become very compassionate. When you do good things to other people, it's important for your children to learn to be happy. So what we do is we rejoice. So after we have done good, we rejoice. We tell them to say, okay, how can we before dinner we'll start. What is the best moment of the day? What things can we be grateful for? Okay, what things can we be grateful for? Sometimes this kind of thing we do not practice now, and sometimes very young age children are very stressful, right? Because they keep on wanting. The greed now is so strong. Not just children, they keep on wanting. But sometimes, have we ever really stopped and think, what are the things that we are grateful for? Okay? So sometimes we have to ingrain that in our children. Have activities of gratitude and ask the children, what are they thankful for? Okay, before dinner, what are they thankful for? So some of these things that I think are so crucial. Okay, we have to balance up with the greed, because there's so much wanting in this world already. So we need to balance out with gratitude, rejoicing in other people's success. Okay, and this is very crucial. Okay, breathing and kindness exercise. What does that mean? In my family, we practice meditation every night, 9:45 or 10 o'clock. We will stop for about 20 minutes. Okay, we sit down together as a family. Sit down together as a family. We'll do two things. One of it, we will do the breathing exercise. Okay, we'll do the breathing exercise. Okay, then after we do a short session of kindness metta, 15-20 minutes every day. We practice that. I think that will anchor them. Okay, so these are some of the practices that will be very helpful to them. They need to slow down. Sometimes our life, we are so busy. We need to slow down. So this is the time for renewal. Every 9:45, 10 o'clock, we sit down together, 15-20 minutes, without fail. We sit down. Learn to slow down. Okay, right? Let me share with you this story, which I find it very interesting. There is this man who is very hardworking. Okay, every day he comes back from work late, tired and irritated because I have to work long hours. Then his son was waiting for him at the door. They said, Daddy, can I ask you a question? The daddy said, sure. What is it? Replied, Daddy. He said, then he asked the Daddy, how much do you make in an hour? Oh, the man got surprised. Also, the anger start again. It's none of your business. What make you ask such a question? How much I earn an hour? The child said, Daddy, I want to know. Please tell me how much you make an hour. Pleaded the boy. Then the father toned down and said, if you must know, I make $100 an hour. Okay, then the daddy thought, okay lah, the boy satisfied. But the boy, the child asked, oh, you make $100 an hour? Then Daddy, can I borrow $50, please? $50. Wow, the father was furious. Okay, then statement like that. The only reason you want to borrow so much money, to borrow this $50, so you can buy your silly toys. Okay, you are very selfish. You know how daddy worked so hard. Now you want to borrow $50 to buy your toys. Go straight to your room and to your bed. Okay, the boy quickly go back to his room and shut the door, his bedroom, and shut the door. Then the man sat down. As he sat down, thoughts start coming in. He become even angrier, madder. Think of the son question. Why did this son ask me for $50? Okay, how dare him ask me for money for his toy? I work so hard, no gratitude, very selfish. Become angrier. Okay, his perception, his thought makes him more and more angrier, because he said, very selfish, no gratitude. I really spend my whole life giving the best to my children, and still asking me for money to buy toys. And after an hour or so, he calmed down already. He come down and started to think, probably I'm a bit too hard on my child. I shouldn't have scolded him. He's just only 5 years old. All children are like that. When I say he's only 5 years old, children are like that. Probably I'm a bit too hard on him. Okay, maybe he really needs some $50 to buy some things because he don't really ask me for money one. See, not asking very often. Not often he asks me for money, so I might be a bit too rough on him. So he went to the door of the little room box, knocked, and he opened the door. I said, "Are you asleep, son?" The son wasn't asleep. "No, Daddy, I'm still awake." Then the daddy said, he lowered down. Said, "I'm sorry, and I've been thinking. I was too hard on you earlier. Okay, it has been a long day at work. I'm very stressful, very stressful, and I took out my stress on you. Here is $50 you asked for." The boy was so happy. "Oh, thank you, Daddy, thank you." He jumped out with joy. Then what he did was, the boy reached out under his pillow and pulled out some crumpled bills. Okay, some money. He took out into his money. Already got some money. He took out. The man, on seeing the boy already have money, started to get angry again. He did not say anything. The boy started counting the money. Then the daddy, okay, cannot tahan. He said, "Why did you want more money? You already have some money here. Why do you still need more money?" The boy said, "Just now I don't have enough money. Now you give me $50 already. Now I have enough money. Now, Daddy, I counted. I have $100 now. Can I buy an hour of your time? So, Daddy, please come home early tomorrow. I would like to have dinner with you. I would like to have an hour of your time." So, in a nutshell, if you want to know the future, look at what you are doing in the present. Okay. So with that, I end my talk. I would invite anybody to leave any comments. Would like to ask any question. I would gladly try to answer it.
Thank you, brother, for this very useful presentation. There are some questions I could see. The first question from Bob is, Brother Mitra, how do you deal with children who do not listen to good advice despite many reminders? I have tried explaining to them why they need to heed the advice, but it doesn't sink in with my children.
Okay, good. I will answer this question in a very generic way because I do not know the background of the children. Okay. But like I said, why are they not listening? We must try to understand why are they not listening. Is it because of the environment? And like I said, I've noticed to my camps, even my children, they are not so good listeners. They're not. I mean, they listen out of respect sometimes. When it goes in, it goes out. What can we do about it? The best thing that you need to do, I see, okay, is to create the environment for them to do good. Sometimes you keep on talk base, it goes in, goes out. So sometimes don't talk at all already. Straight away go in, create a project for them where they can do good. And don't helicopter parenting, they don't like it. Go come in when need. Don't everything, why your color this one not so nice lah? Why must do this way, Let them come out their creativity. Okay, for example, you want to have a fundraising. Can you take out this? Create something for them. Put them in. Let them discuss among themselves. Okay, when they need help, you come in. You need to create that kind of environment. It's just something like when I do corporate training. Oh, you tell me a lot of things very good, but you go back, cannot practice one. My boss should come for this training and not me. It's the environment. It's the environment. If you create that kind of environment, naturally, the child will bring out the best. Of course, not every case will help because every child sometimes got their own karma. I know that. Sometimes we might want to do the best for the child, but every children, each and every one of us got our own karma. But one thing for sure, don't just blame on karma. Let's look, we have so much time with our children to make the connection. We can influence them to do good. So we can influence them to good. So, like I said, we might have passed the era of talking too much already. Because now they are so distracted already in this world, especially with screen time. They are so distracted already. Okay, and they are so addicted. In fact, not just distracted, they're so addicted already. So sometimes we need to think of new ways how to get them to become a good human being already. Okay, so don't just stop. Do it. But of course, to change it, it's not do 1 time, 2 time, months and years. It takes months and years. It's not 1 time, 2 time, right? So let me stop sharing screen first. Okay, Brother Steve, carry on. Carry on.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, this. I think there's another question from Facebook. Sorry, this one. Yeah, it says, "Are your methods still applicable for children with ADHD?" Sorry, I'm not quite sure what ADHD. Yeah.
Okay. Mindfulness. Some of the things I said is considered mindfulness. Okay, I think it will help. It will help. But of course, if it's very severe, I would ask you to seek professional help. But sometimes, this is my opinion. Don't just brand the child you call it. Just don't brand the child that way. Sometimes just don't brand the child that way. Sometimes you just brand it already, and sometimes we give that label to the child. The child also will start thinking that there's something wrong with them. Okay, so be very mindful with our words, right? And sometimes I think we need to slow down. Okay, we need to let the child slow down. See, sometimes they are going. The other thing is we need to slow down and do not focus on just academic. Focus on their gifts and talent. So, like I said, do not just focus academic, because sometimes we are so honed into our children getting good result, getting how many A's. It's actually sometimes we want to go. It's our ego, ego. Wow, our children get how many A's, and we show to the whole world how good they are. So we have, as Buddhists, we have to stand back and look. Okay, what are other gifts and talent? And I notice a lot of, sometimes they say a lot ADHD, they are actually children with gifts and talents. If you really look at them, they have certain gifts and talent. Okay, this is my opinion. This is my observation. You said that ADHD, actually they have certain gifts and talent. If you can tap on the gift and talent, then sometimes every day, if you can ask them to slow down, to sit 10-15 minutes with you, breathing exercise or visualization exercise. If they cannot do breathing, visualization exercise or metta, or bring them out to nature. Okay, feed the fishes or whatever. Go and touch the leaves, and sometimes walk on the ground barefooted. Okay, walk on the ground barefooted. I believe can help them. But my advice is just don't brand them and HDS full stop and don't do anything. And sometimes we just provide them with medication. I think there are other things to do.
Okay, thanks. I hope that will be helpful to the person who asked the question. Finally, let me just, this just a quick note only. You earlier you did mention about outsourcing parenting, but in reality, today's world, a lot of parents are working because of economic requirements. The father work, mother work, and in most cases, our children are left maybe with their mates or with the old folks. And remembering that in life, when children are brought up, there are two things. One is really about nature, and one is nurture. Nature, we can't do very much. It's like many years in samsara. They come back with the DNA. Some are very smart, some are not so smart, and this and that. They kind of bring in their system. But the only thing, like you said earlier, the nurture part. This is the formative years, very important. I think the early years, especially how their character is being formed. I always remember in Chinese character, they say in Cantonese, 江山易改，品性難移. Meaning to say, you can change the environment, build a chain, but even pull down a mountain, but you can hardly change the character in a person. So the formative years, I think, are very important. Maybe if you can summarize, just a few points, how young couple with challenges can raise the children to pass that stage so that they can ingrain very good Buddhist way of characteristics.
Okay, I would like to say sometimes we need to make some choices lah. Sometimes it's not no choice lah. Sometimes in life we need to make some choices. See, their formative years are so crucial. Formative years are so crucial, and also our parenting paradigm. We always want to project ourselves on the children and let them be what we think they should be. I think we should look away from the parent. That is the egocentric kind of paradigm already.
Yeah.
Bring out the best in them. They are okay. They are good as a human being. They have the potential. Bring out their potential. It's not to mold them, to make them to what you think they are.
Sure.
I think we should not do that. We should bring out the best in them. Because every child is just like a lotus. Some is under the mud, some is already out of the mud. Every child has their potential. So we need to let them bloom. Okay? And to let them bloom, I think there are, first of all, is the mindset. Okay, the paradigm that we hold. A lot of paradigm is based on our parents' paradigm.
Sure.
Where does our parent paradigm comes in? Our grandparents' paradigm.
Yeah.
Okay. So this has been carried on from tradition to tradition. So I would advise you to be a transition figure, to break away from that paradigm.
Sure. Okay.
Sometimes I know it's tough, but sometimes you want to bloom a good-hearted human being. There are some paradigm. There are some things that you need to do.
Sure.
You cannot. Like I said, especially from birth to 7 years old. Okay, that is so crucial. In fact, honestly, tell you, not even pre-birth also very important. And they are in the womb that time. It's also very important. It's not that, because sometimes as Buddhists we play chanting tape to make sure that we know it's a living being already, so they are also listening already. So from that we already plant the seed already. We already planted the seed already. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah. Okay.
Parenting paradigm, the right thought. Yeah. The right thought first. Okay, before even the right action, the right thought first.
Thoughts and action, yeah. Okay. There is a compliment here from Bunte. It says, Brother Mitra, thank you very much for all the knowledge and guidance on parenting. This lesson is the most comprehensive and complete framework I've come across to guide our children. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Truly my blessing today to have come across this fantastic Dhamma session. Thank you very much. Yeah. I think in the interest of time now, we shall do the sharing of the merits, and the sharing of merits. We shall chant the What about? Yeah. We shall chant together. Idang me nyatinang ho tu sukita hon tu nyatayo. Idang no nyatinang ho tu sukita hon tu nyatayo. Idang wo nyatinang ho tu sukita hon tu nyatayo. Itawata cha amhehi sambadang punya sambadang. Sabe sata anumodantu sabah sampati sedia. Idang me punyang asawa kaya wahang hotu. Idang me punyang nibanasa pacayo hotu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.